Good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. Great, we are about to get started, so if you can just take your seats. Woo, it's a hot mic. All right. Thank you so much. We'll get started in just a minute. Thank you.
Hi. So I guess we're ready. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Jeffrey, Sr., and I want to welcome you today to this historic place, the New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. If you look around you before you leave and around the church, you'll see pictures of African American and Indian martyrs. And their spirits are all in this place. We believe the Spirit of God is here as well. So welcome, Mayor. I want to take this opportunity to thank Sharon Lee, head of Lehigh, Lanisha DeBartoleben, who is chairman of the New Hope Development Institute, chairman of the board. I want to thank the city of Seattle, the Seattle City Council. I thank the Office of Neighborhoods. Special thanks to my friend Shama Sawant and all of those who have made this day possible. And now I want to introduce our great mayor, Mayor Jenny Durkin. Mayor, I wish you and I had gotten to know each other better during your tenure as mayor. Your coming here today makes me have that regret. You will never know how much your coming to this place on this day means to me and the congregation here at New Hope Church. All those who have struggled to just become a part of helping to shape the promising future that awaits this great city. There's one person who is not here today, whose name I want to call, who was a great part of the sacrifice made here on this corner, and her name is Miss Lottie Cross. In her memory, in her memory, and in the memory of all those who believed in our work here, that I say thank you for honoring this place with your presence. I looked on the internet, Mayor, and I found a lot of great things about you and your achievements. But I wanted to point out 3 things that I feel that we have in common. The first thing that we have in common is both of us have never in our lives smoked pot or chronic or a blunt. Okay? I want the Lord to forgive me for my sins, for I have sinned. The second thing we have in common is that we're both PK's children. Your father was a politician. My father was a Baptist preacher. Same thing. Your father was elected. My father was selected. But they both had to make sure they got their people to the polls or to the church meeting in order to win. The last thing I think we have in common, not the last thing, but another thing that I want to point out, is neither of us hold grudges. And I think that's a very important thing. I think that your being here and my being here, my being able to really sincerely say from the bottom of my heart how grateful I am for you to be here and for your insisting on being here and having the meeting here. That tells it all. But if walls could talk, but they can't. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for your service to this community, and I thank you for all that you are doing and will do for Seattle. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce to all of you the Honorable Mayor Jenny Durkin. Let's stand and see that.
Thank you, Reverend Jeffrey, and just to prove you're right, do I have an amen for the Reverend? Amen. There we go. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is a really good day for the city of Seattle, and looking at the people who are in this congregation here today and in this church really continues to inspire me as mayor of Seattle. In my final days, I have had the great honor and great fortune to be part of really some positive things, but I think today shows what we can do as a community if we come together to really tackle some of the most critical issues we have. And top of the list is affordable housing, anti-displacement efforts, really forming places for community. I see folks here who've been in these trenches for a long time creating housing. I won't call you all by name, but I want to thank you for the work you do. Stella Ortega, thank you very much. From deciding to occupying a school, to just deciding she was going to keep the school, to being one of the first people to recognize that affordable housing has to be part of what we do for community and creating that space at El Centro de la Raza. And the city of Seattle not as being as good a partner at that time as we could have been in learning from community. And so today I think that we are really fortunate and truly inspired to be able to be here. I'm so proud to join the Office of Housing. I want to thank Robin Koski and her whole team for all the work they have done over a period of time. What we've been able to do over these last 4 years is really remarkable. We have been the fastest growing city for this decade, the fastest growing city. You know, and having grown up in this area and been in and out of the Central District from the time I was a kid, even coming here today, I almost didn't recognize it. So many landmarks are gone. And this church nestled in, trying to keep keep its space and provide space and housing for the congregation so they don't have to be displaced to other places. To have a place to call home is so critical. In the history of the city, we saw that for a while it was redlining, forcing people they had to live in the Central District. And then when land became scarce, You can no longer live there, and people and families became pushed out. And Reverend, I want to thank you for your steadfast commitment to make sure that you could do right, not just by your congregation, but by our city, and to show truly that if we are going to create that city that is committed to equity and justice, we got to walk the talk. So thank you for your work. You know, over the last 35 years, Seattle's created 13,000 affordable homes through the work of our housing levy. But we knew that we just couldn't keep up, so by using innovative methods, including modular buildings or rapidly acquiring already built apartment constructions, we've really had to have a surge in our housing. This has only come through the hard work of a number of people. Obviously, the people of the City of Seattle and the Office of Housing, their partners on the federal level and the state level, but it's the housing providers, the community-based organizations who've been there in the trenches every day thinking about how do we create more space, more housing for our communities. I'm so proud that this investment, the investments that we've done over the last 4 years, have created or preserved 7,600 affordable homes. 7,600. And which is a great accomplishment. And before the pandemic struck, listening to community, I was able to issue an executive order which provides that for the affordable housing that we construct, those people from a community that have been displaced or could be displaced get first shot at that housing, which we know we have to do to really on our efforts for anti-displacement. And I want to thank all the providers who've worked so hard just to eke out places for people in their community, for affordable homes, and for the people experiencing homelessness to get more permanent supportive housing, because we know it works. We know that is the solution. And I see people in this congregation today and behind me who have worked so hard to make that a reality for so many people. Our rapid acquisition program, buying those apartment buildings, working with the state to get the money, we've been able to acquire buildings for 400 homes just in the last short time. So today, we will be announcing an investment of $95 million to support the construction of 692 new homes and 364 existing affordable homes. That's 1,000 affordable homes that we'll have because of the announcement. And it would only happen because of you and the people behind me. So thank you to you. And sometimes in these dark, dark days, and we have had dark days for 2 years, this period of time has been so hard on every person I know, every family, every business, a time of trepidation and fear. It's time sometimes to take a time out and think of the good things we've accomplished together. And this is one of those joyous moments that we should be celebrating that. Since I took office, we've invested more than $547 million of local funds into affordable housing. And because of the systems we have in place, we've been able to leverage that for $2.5 billion of housing. And that's remarkable. And that, again, is thank you to you. Thank you to the taxpayers who voted for the levy. Thank you to all the folks who've worked hard at the federal and state level to make sure that there can be more dollars for affordable housing. And these are my last days as mayor, but this fight is not done. I'm urging everyone here, this year in Olympia, there's going to be a significant amount of money coming that they didn't use from the federal funds, and we've got to make sure we fight for a huge allocation of that to go to affordable housing. I'm really proud because I also know that Mayor-elect Harrell is as committed to those principles as I am. He grew up here in the Central District. He's going to continue to work with the community. I urge everyone here to support him in those efforts because we got tough work ahead of us as a city. I want to now hand it off to the person who's running my Office of Housing, Robin, to talk some more. But again, I just want to thank the Reverend for having us here. And when I was able to meet with him and the folks from Lehigh, I said, don't worry, we're going to get this done. But it only happened because we have to have people pushing from community up not just to demand more from government, but also do the work so that we can all be successful. I want to thank everyone again and want to say that we have to, in this program and every other program, continue our commitment to racial equity. We know that our BIPOC communities, our communities of color, our Black and Indigenous communities have been systemically locked out of every system that provides opportunity for their families and for themselves. And there is nothing more essential to someone's ability to thrive than housing. Every child should have access to affordable housing, healthcare, good schools, and the like. This is one commitment to that, but we have to make sure every single one of our systems lives up to that promise of equity. So with that, I'd like to introduce Robin Koski, who's the head of the Office of Housing, and again, thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so proud to be here today on behalf of the fantastic team at the Office of Housing to help make these announcements. First, I just really want to thank you, Mayor Durkin. The breadth of affordable housing that has been funded during your leadership is truly impressive. 7,600 units created or preserved. This is a legacy that will live on beyond your time in office, and so many individuals and families will have a safe, stable, warm, and permanent place to call home. And thank you also, Mayor, for your trust in the Office of Housing to serve the City of Seattle by creating these homes. In this time of transition for the city, I hope everyone here today will indulge me to say thank you. I have kind of a long list. Lori Olson leads the capital investments team at the Office of Housing, who have all been working so very hard. They do capacity building work to make sure BIPOC-led and community-based organizations are able to develop and own housing. They review the applications and ensure public funds are well spent. And then they do a lot more work after these announcements are said and done to make sure that the housing actually comes to fruition. Thank you for your leadership of this team, Lori, and thank you, Tom Mack, Charles Mason, Rosie Zoe, and Jerome Burns for all you do to create these homes. Deputy Mayor Mosley, you came out of retirement to serve the city. Twice. You took the words out of my mouth, Mayor. You are a truly committed public servant, and the people of Seattle are truly lucky to have your wisdom and leadership in our city. We actually hope you get to retire for real this time. Thank you also to all the OH staff who make this event possible, especially Stephanie Velasco and Nathan Haugen. I've been in their shoes. I've worked on this event several times before, so I know how much it takes to have this come off well as it is today. And I also want to just appreciate the entire mission-driven staff and management team at the Office of Housing. Everybody has, from our finance team to our asset management team, to our policy team, to our legal team at the law office, they all contribute to this effort and have some part in how this comes to you today. I also want to take a moment to recognize Emily Alvarado, the recently departed director of the Office of Housing. Her thoughtful strategy and leadership were instrumental in bringing these investment awards to you today. We are lucky to continue to work with her in her new role at the Enterprise Community Partners, and we already are cooking up some collaborations together, so thank you, Emily. I also want to recognize that Senator Fracht and Speaker Emeritus Chop are here today with us, and I just really want to thank you for your commitment and leadership in funding housing at the state capitol. Your advocacy means our city investments are leveraged by state investments, and we're just able to do more to create housing for our city. I look forward to working with you in Olympia this session to get that $400 million for rapid acquisition of housing. Reverend Jeffrey and the Congregation of New Hope, thank you for so graciously hosting us in this lovely space today. It's fitting that we're here because 87 new homes will be created here. Partnerships with the faith community are critical to bringing more affordable homes to our city. And in fact, we have 2 other awards today that feature faith communities stepping up to offer their land as a place for affordable homes. St. Luke's in the Ballard neighborhood will bring 86 homes, many of them 2 and 3 bedrooms to house families, to a high opportunity neighborhood where land is scarce and often unaffordable to public funders. It also brings bridge housing out of San Francisco to Seattle for the first time. El Centro de la Raza, Columbia City, is a 3rd partnership with the faith community, which will create 87 new affordable homes, also many of them family size, and it includes a child development center and a community church. These awards today also continue our commitment to bringing our most vulnerable neighbors experiencing homelessness inside with the DESC Woodland Building in Fremont with 100 permanent supportive housing apartments. Community Roots Housing will serve young adults experiencing homelessness in partnership with Youth Care, right in the center of Capitol Hill at the South Annex. We are also committed to providing multiple community benefits through active ground floor space at our affordable housing buildings. Lehigh will develop the MLK mixed-use building in Othello that will also include an exciting partnership for a child care facility in partnership with REWA. TAP Collaborative is providing 100 new affordable homes just a block away from the Capitol Hill Light Rail Station. Given its location in the commercial corridor at Broadway, this development is exploring options around providing live workspaces or retail spaces. We're also investing in the preservation of existing affordable homes to ensure the buildings will go on to provide safe, stable housing for years to come. Interim CDA in the Chinatown International District, Lehigh and South Lake Union, and Plymouth and DESC, both downtown, will be preserving affordable homes. Last but not least, as Mayor Durkin announced, we have also been doing some rapid acquisition of buildings, and we are acquiring a building that is currently under construction called the Goldfinch. That will be owned and operated by Chief Seattle Club with a focus on serving American Indian and Alaskan Natives. And to that end, I'd like to introduce to you Executive Director of the Chief Seattle Club, Derek Belgrade. Derek is an enrolled member of the Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians of Oregon and the Chippewa Cree from Rocky Boy, Montana. I'm so pleased we're making this award to the Chief Seattle Club today and to be introducing Derek. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today.
Bonjour, everybody. I'm Derek Belgrade, Executive Director, Chief Seattle Club, and from Siletz. I want to first say today, Chief McGwitch, a huge thank you to Mayor Durkin, Robin Koski and Lori Olson from the Office of Housing, and Sharon Lee from Lehigh, who was very helpful and very supportive through this endeavor. So on behalf of the Chief Seattle Club, I want to say that it's truly an honor for us to be able to carry forth our Native traditions, to be able to serve our Native elders. This rapid acquisition funding has enabled us to purchase the Goldfinch Apartments, the property, a 63-unit building, or 66-unit building in the Green Lake neighborhood. We're so grateful that the Mayor and Office of Housing has found these innovative ways to increase affordable housing stock. Because of this, in a short handful of months, we'll be able to provide housing for up to 66 of our most vulnerable elders. Without that, it would have taken us years to do otherwise. We're so thrilled about this location, too. It's a beautiful neighborhood, on transit lines, and within walking distance to the Woodland Park Zoo, to Green Lake, and other beautiful public spaces as well, which will help support the healing and the well-being of our elders. We're working to ensure our elders who will be housed at the Goldfinch have sustainable low rents. Our first residents will be using the EHV, the emergency housing vouchers, to ensure that their limited incomes can go toward essentials, and so that they won't live with such high rent burden. We'll also be staffing the building with elder case managers, and they'll meet the elders' various needs, and will be providing on-site physical, mental, and spiritual health services and programming, which will include regular scheduled visits from a mental health provider and other medical services. In addition to a full roster of scheduled programming that supports our elders, we'll have a dedicated shuttle on site for the transportation of our elders to and from things like appointments, cultural activities, and other community events to keep them healthy and happy. So we know that our Native community has the highest disparities when it comes to homelessness and housing insecurities. In the Chief Seattle Club, we've been working for years, decades even, addressing this issue. But like I said a moment ago, without this rapid acquisition funding, it would have taken us years to be able to provide this type and this level of housing for our most vulnerable, our elders. And it's a very sacred thing that we hold very dear to our heart to be able to do. So without this rapid acquisition funding, we wouldn't be doing that here come May, June. So we raised, the Chief Seattle Club, we raised our hands in gratitude to the mayor, to the Office of Housing, and Sharon Lee as well. Yeah, Chi McGwitch, it's my pleasure and my honor to be able to introduce the last speaker. She's one of the most beloved and cherished elders from the Chief Seattle Club. She comes from the Oglala Lakota Nation. Ms. Arlene Hopkins.
Hi, I'm Arlene Hopkins. I'm a Oglala Sioux tribal member. I'm a Native American elder, and I love being around all the other Native elders, and they have the same frame of mind of us all growing up. I lost my housing in Pierce County last year, and I went to Chief Seattle Club, and they helped me. Chief Seattle Club has taken me under their wings. They all have Native staff who understand what it's like to be Indigenous. I'm thankful for our advocates for finding us a home so we can have a roof over our heads. The advocates do a lot for the urban community. Now that I have found permanent housing, I look forward to spending time with my precious grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Robin, you were able to see people that I didn't see. I also want to thank Speaker Chop, former Speaker Chop, Emeritus Speaker Chop, and Senator Frock for being here. I saw Paul Lambros that I didn't see before. Emily Alvarado, I was worried because when Robin described you as recently departed, I thought maybe I missed something. I also want to recognize, we all miss Ms. Cross. She was just such a force in this community. For me, it's heartening to see that her daughter carries on that tradition, is doing community engagement with the Community Police Commission to make sure that we continue that sense of community. So, Reverend, thank you for calling her name. Again, just want to thank everybody who's here for all your commitment, and thank everyone in the Office of Housing, David Mosley, for all the work you did, and to have this vision of how do we create permanent supportive housing for our neighbors who are experiencing homelessness, because we know it works. How do we carve out a place and keep a place in communities? But how do we also ensure that there is affordable housing in every part of our city? So having it at Green Lake, having it in Ballard, having that accessible, we have to make sure that we continue to do that, so that every part of this city is open to everybody in this city. So with that, if there's any questions from the press, happy to take them. See, they're so overwhelmed, they just love it. This never happens. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your holidays, and thank you for everything you've done.